Zenitsu Gatsuma, the fearful and anxious swordsman with yellow hair, is undoubtedly well known to Demon Slayer viewers. He is one of the series' key characters, and also one of its most controversial ones. Others despise him for his fear and his unpleasant voice, while others adore him for his comic relief and hidden talent. Regardless of how you feel about him, you might be wondering why he would doze off in the middle of a conflict. The answer is more complicated than you may imagine. It is more than just a humorous joke or a useful plot element. Indeed, he has a psychological condition with a complex relationship to his background and his formation as a person. In this video, we'll discuss Zenitsu's actual motive for dozing off and how it impacts his portrayal in the narrative. Dissociation is a mental process that includes disconnecting oneself from one's thoughts, feelings, memories, or sense of identity. Zenitsu's sleeping behavior is an example of dissociation. Dissociation can happen as a coping mechanism for persons who have had trauma or stress, as a means of avoiding emotional suffering or escaping from reality. Zenitsu suffered trauma as a child after his parents abandoned him and sold him to Jigoro Kuwajima, a swordsmanship instructor. Zenitsu was made to exercise day and night without any relaxation or praise by Jigoro, who was extremely harsh and brutal with him. Zenitsu wanted to leave his life because he hated it, but he had nowhere to go. One day, Jigoro told Zenitsu that he had mastered the first form of the thunder breathing technique, which is a powerful sword skill that involves channeling lightning into one's blade, and revealed to Zenitsu, due to the fact that he had never been able to employ the technique consciously. Zenitsu was surprised and confused. Jigoro explained that Zenitsu had picked up the skill unconsciously while practicing by listening to the sound of thunder. He also disclosed that he had a terminal disease and wished for Zenitsu to inherit his estate and flourish as a swordsman. This news upset Zenitsu, who also felt bad for hating his master. He understood that Jigoro had been attempting to educate him how to live in a dangerous and demon-filled world. In an effort to keep people safe, he made the decision to join the Demon Slayer Corps in accordance with the wishes of his master. He soon realized, though, that his fear of dying in battle persisted. He frequently panicked and fled from battles because he was unable to control his fear or his emotions. Within this lies the root of this sleeping pattern. In order to disconnect from reality and avoid addressing his anxiety, Zenitsu always falls asleep when faced with a potentially fatal circumstance. He is able to battle with great speed and accuracy when his subconscious mind initiates the thunder breathing technique. While he sleeps, he transforms into a confident, serene, and brave individual. He is unaware of his own strength and accomplishments because he cannot recall anything that occurs when he sleeps. Sleeping so much is both a blessing and a curse for Zenitsu. On the one hand, it helps in his survival and in the defeat of strong opponents that he would not otherwise be able to handle. On the other hand, it stops him from developing personally and getting past his fears. Instead of confronting his issues head-on and learning from them, he depends on his subconscious mind to take care of things for him. Due to his perception that he is useless and weak when he is awake, he also experiences poor self-esteem and self-worth. Yet, Zenitsu begins to transform and grow as a character as the story goes on. He makes allies and new friends who accept him for who he is and who stand by him. He faces fresh difficulties and adventures that force him to face his worries and doubts. He gradually gains the ability to use additional forms outside the original one and to manage his thunder breathing when awake. Also, he starts to recall some of the events that occur while he sleeps and comes to the realization that he is more capable than he initially believed. The sleeping habit of Zenitsu cannot be changed overnight. It takes time and effort to resolve because it is a deeply embedded problem. Yet Zenitsu is gradually emerging from his slumber and evolving into a true hero with the support of his pals and his own determination. We appreciate you taking the time to watch our video regarding Zenitsu's true sleeping pattern. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it and discovered something new about this fascinating person. If you did, kindly forward it to other Demon Slayer fans and post your comments in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more fantastic anime and manga material.